Okay, hello. I've pressed the start streaming button. Is audio going through? Maybe. Guess we'll find out. Says I've been live for 10 seconds. I see a chat from Yasmanian. If you can hear me, hello. Yasmanian. You can hear me, hello. Okay, looks like we're good with audio. As everybody comes in, I don't know what to say. Last week, I probably got asked a combined like 8,000 times about the VXE Mad R and the Skyrox V8, and I do have these mice now. So there's that for all of the many thousands of chat messages that I'm sure will come through pretty soon. Yo, Leander Peterson, how's it going? Stony, Ack, Embo, Stanley, Raid, Mecca, how is everybody doing? Vaxi PC when? That is interesting. Vaxi's sending me some more products, so I might wait until then to cover it. But if it's in stock, I'd be willing to review it like individually. But I just don't want to make like a individual review of a mousepad people can't buy. I don't know. I just have I have so many mice to review. I could review a mouse a day for a week, and I still wouldn't be caught up. That doesn't even cover mousepads, keyboards, etc. Is Kazmi ever getting a vid? It really should. I don't know. It should probably get its own vid considering they're going to do a restock, and I have been using it a good amount. It's just a really good surface. But I'm thinking about making a glass pad roundup as well. What's up aboard? Not too much, man. Just, chilling. Is that I thought that was a St. Louis Cardinals profile picture. Then how is it a dry market? It's just like a boring market. We have all of these releases, but there's just nothing new. Take it... look at these. VXE Mad R, Skyrox V8, G-Wolves Hot ES2, even the Maya X. These are just, slight modifications to shapes we've seen forever. Pretty much everything releasing has similar specs. It's just, if you've bought a mouse within the last year or so, you're not missing out much. We're going through a market where everything's just kind of getting revised, tweaked, improved, but we aren't seeing many breakthroughs. Shapes are being overused 100%. And it's just so weird that China refuses to clone some shapes. Why do we not have a 1-to-1 ZA13? Nobody's going to get fucking sued. That doesn't really happen. It's just people choose not to make it. But we have just thousands of GPXs and whatever you want to call the Sora V2, aggressive back hump, small claw shape. God, I see so many questions. They all look the same. When is the review of the HTS2? Tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but I decided to stream instead, and there's NFL Red Zone, there's the Fortnite Championship Finals, so I don't know. It will be tomorrow. It will be an extra review. And yeah, it's a really good mouse, just not my absolute favorite for fingertip and a bit too small for claw grip. Update on Rokaku release date? I have no idea. Well, I do have an idea. I think it's they said September or October. I would assume October at this point, maybe even November. Ideally by the end of the year. What control pad do you recommend? Stop spamming that. It's only 3 times, so I'm going to give you a chance. Wait, never mind. Now there's multiple people spamming it. This has to stop. This is no good. Super Bowl picks. I have no idea. I'm a Jets fan, but there's no way a Jets do even halfway decent. Super Bowl picks. That's a good question. I'm going to go with the Jets. I just bought the Artisan Heian, and it is your fault. That's a good thing, though, unless you don't like it, in which case that's a you issue. See the MChos M7? Yeah, MChos, they offered to send me a keyboard, and I DM'd them. I'm like, do you guys have mice coming out? People are asking about that, and they're like, yeah, but not that soon. So that's from MChos directly, so I don't know what to really say. I presume I'll get it whenever it's ready. Even after my absolute trashing of the AX5, MChos is still willing to work with me. I respect that. Do you watch hockey? Not really. I'll watch the New York Rangers when they're in the playoffs, but that is really the extent of my hockey viewing. Damn, there's something scratchy on my skates. It's very annoying. That's whatever. Oh my god, are we getting a Razer Viper Mini wireless? It's possible. Razer's CEO responded to my tweet where I asked what mouse are you using currently, and he said it's not released, so I can't tell you. And I mean, I would hope that's a Viper Mini wireless. Who knows though? The sarcasm, I'm hyped. That's what I assumed. Also a Jets fan. W. Gotta stay strong. I haven't seen the playoffs since the first few years I started watching football. M3 feels different, the sensor is jigter. Don't feel smooth. You not think? Are you Russian? That's a very Russian kind of like tone. But the Dharma Shark M3, it's not a great mouse if that's what you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if your copy has some sensor issues. Hey Boardsy, I'm considering buying a new mouse. Which one should I get, Maya or Sora V2? I would honestly recommend the Maya, but the Sora V2, it is a very good shape. It is slightly different, like with the hump positioning and side curves, but I mean, yeah, Maya can work. Did you make dot skate tier list? I do need to make the mouse skate tier list. I don't really know why that's kind of just like something that I haven't made. It's gonna be a very easy. He's using a Razer Naga V3 probably. Who? I don't know. That's not an accusation I would want to be made against me. Is Atlantis Mini not comfort for fingertip? I don't like it because it has like the sides of it are very just weird. It just feels like an XM1 if you try to fingertip an XM1. Like you can pull it off, but it just doesn't feel like right and flat in the same way that something like the ULX small, like the Arbiter or Kitsu does. So I mean, I'm sure some people pull off a fingertip, and I mean, especially like small hand claw grips, relaxed fingertip, you can make it work, but it just depends on like shape preferences. And with the amount of fucking small shapes available, you can kind of like fine tune your preference. Brand name of the mice, like of all of the mice, there's a whole lot of mice. Say something about the U2. I want to buy it. It's a refreshing Zowie mouse. Like if you enjoyed the S2, you'll likely enjoy it. If you have no Zowie mouse experience, and you've tried something like a GPX, it'll feel like just a shape that's actually catered towards a grip style. But I don't know. I think the U2, it's worth considering. It's a shame they don't have any high polling rate implementations. What's your favorite mouse of all time? I mean, I don't know. There have been like phases where I've had a mouse that I just feel like is so far above the competition. Originally, it was the Final Mouse Ultralight 2 for me back in like 2020. Then it was the original G Pro X Superlight when that launched. That was like the greatest mouse of all time. And then now it's like the Viper V3 Pro, but I don't know. It's not at the same level, I feel. How's the Hot ES Mini? It is exactly that. It's just a mini version of the G-Wolf's Hot ES. And as somebody who, like, the shape of the Hot ES Plus actually feels comfortable in my hand, like for claw grip, this just feels way too small. Like there's just not enough presence, and it does feel a little bit awkward for fingertip, but I can pull it off. Like I perform fine with it. If some of you guys remember, I was like experimenting with dot skates. That is no longer the case. Any 3D printed fingertip mice? I tried those like years ago. Like I know that's like a big trend now with the Zero mouse, but I've tried a lot of those. I never enjoyed any of them, so I don't know. Maybe I'll keep trying them. Akitsu or Beast X Mini? I would probably go for the Akitsu, but if you do have like really small hands and want the most narrow experience, probably go for the Beast X Mini. But yeah, depends on your hand size and preference. The Mousepad is Glassworks Kazumi. True. Was somebody asking that? The Nordic chip is just better. Siddharth. Pretty simple. Or just like not simple, but that's just how it goes. 21 by 12 hands, aggressive claw. Skyrox V8, or I wait for the X3. I would say the X3 is probably going to be a size that's a bit more easy to recommend. Like 21 by 12, that's a really wide hand. And the Skyrox V8, if you've tried like the X2H Mini in the past or the Pulsar X2H, you'll just know if this size is going to work for you. It's not a mouse for huge hands like that. But if you just want to pull off an aggressive claw on a small feeling mouse for you, it'll probably work. 8K raw input or 4K no raw input. What are you talking about? Like, you're using a game that has raw input and you would use 4K without it? That doesn't make sense. I have no idea. We should have 3D printed top shells with different hump placements. People have tried to pull off something similar to that. Is there any news of the Pulsar X3 coming out? I have no idea. I just heard it was going to come out sometime in October. I haven't been contacted on a unit or anything. I have, there are a few companies sending me mice though. Endgame Gear is going to get me an XM2 8K and the OP1 like Purple Frost. So there's some wired Endgame Gear mice. That's pretty incredible. And Asus is sending me a mouse. I don't know if I can say which one, but you guys can imagine which one. So that'll be pretty nice. And the Asus monitor is officially on back order. I just got outbid on eBay for a Viper V3 Pro for $100. I mean, that would have been a decent price. I don't think it would have been like a steal of steals, but, 1440 480 hertz OLED review. I want to ask Asus to send me it, but I mean, I'll buy it anyway. But you can't like buy it right now. It's just like on back order everywhere. So I'm kind of in a predicament. Also, why has nobody asked me about the Skyrox V8 or the VXE Mad R yet? I feel like I'm going insane. Okay, never mind. Now there's a question. Is the Mad R worth an upgrade from the R1 Pro? If your R1 Pro is giving you trouble, yes. If you just want to like future-proof kind of, potentially. But I would really say this is the new R1 Pro for people who don't have it. Should I got Viper V3 Pro or ATK F1 Ultimate? I'm going to say if you have the money, get the Viper V3 Pro. But if you're like penny pinching, probably go for ATK. That was only spammed 3 times. But really, I just got to get the memo across that don't spam message. Been spamming it. Does Skyrox use the real 3950? I mean, there's not really any fake 3950s out there. Even though the official release of the 3950 it's like coming soon. It's very just the 3950 politics. You'd go insane trying to understand them. How is the HTS2? It's really like if you've ever tried the G-Wolves Hot ES, the Hot ES Plus, it's just feels like a way smaller scaled down version of it, but it's not thinner. Like it has the same width, but it's so much like shorter and not as tall. It just doesn't work for me for claw whatsoever. It's an interesting shape for fingertip, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best. Is the OP1 Wii a good mouse? I wouldn't recommend it with the OP1 8K, and they're going to have the OP1 like wireless 4K come out. That's going to be better. You tweeted about possible cut down versions Chinese companies are using. Yeah, and I remember I replied like that's something I want to believe, but I haven't seen any proof. And I think it just comes down to more companies like rushing to get it and not implementing it well. But there is also like there's no reason that some of these small Chinese companies like Skyrox should have access to it, but supposedly their parent company Lamzu is still delaying their launches because like they're struggling to get it. But apparently domestic Chinese companies just have a way easier time communicating with Pixar. How are the Jade Airs? They're really good. I've thrown them on a lot of mice. They're not too different from Jades, honestly. That's really like what it comes down to, but I've just been using them a lot. There's not much to complain about. What do you think about the latest Kovacs update? It's cool. The adaptive targets. I didn't play it too much. I used it on like Bean Click and Bean TS, making them get smaller as like I got to the pace, and it does feel like it's actually viable for like training, but I didn't go too deep into it. Did you see the Pulsar X2H wired mouse? I did. It's really a shame that Pulsar released those without 8K. I feel like if you're going to do a wired mouse for $50, it can't be 1K. Maybe it can. Which mouse has the best software? I don't think there's really a best. Anything with a solid web driver at this point is pretty good, but I can't. The only softwares I've like hated are Asus. HyperX back in the day was really bad. You had to install it through like the Microsoft like game store or whatever, but I don't know. Thoughts about the VXE R1? It's not as easy to recommend with the Mad R out, because the Mad R is just kind of like a directly improved version of it. I mean, my R1 Pro didn't hold up, but I feel like, what I call it, a disposable vape in my last video. It's like, you can't buy these mice expecting them to hold up for years. Do you have the Wooting ADHD pre-ordered? They did tell me they would send me it. Check out Creo Pegasus. I have no idea what that is. Any recommendations for control mouse pads that are good for tracking games? I mean, Lethal Gaming Gear, I don't know if the sale ended, but they had like literally sub $20 like Saturns and Neptunes shipped, so that's a great deal. What is the best budget mouse with 8K hertz? I mean, Skyrox V8, VXE Mad R, Major, these both have 8K and they're like sub $70 or so. Have you had enough playtime with the Ghost Glide 66? The Nylon 66? I didn't even try them. Just, that's a shitty material. I mean, maybe eventually they'll send me it and I'll be wowed, but I've tried that material enough times to just be like, it's not providing what I want from a mouse skate. Like, even if it was implemented perfectly, it's just not how I want a skate to feel on a pad. My X shape more similar to Viper V3 Pro or G Pro? Probably G Pro, but it's like, it's not like a GPX clone. Viper Mini Sig or ULX Tarek? I'm not a big Viper Mini Sig recommender. So I would say ULX, but you're like buying on the secondhand market, so I wouldn't recommend that either. I really should implement slow mode. That's something that could happen. Might have to happen. When is the Fnatic Maya X releasing? I think you can order it now, and they're shipping out from their warehouse just in a few weeks or something. You've tried Chinese mousepads. Now it's time to try Indian mousepads. Are there mousepads coming out of India? Some guy was DMing me that I need to try more Russian peripherals, and people in Philippines are always proud of their peripherals. Same with people in Thailand. All of these countries have their own peripherals. Setup Sunday? I was thinking about, like, whenever my camera dies, like, doing just, like, a secret setup Sunday, picking, like, 5 winners or something. Lethal Gaming Gear sale was insane until I saw the shipping price. Yeah, if you're outside the US, that makes it much more unfortunate. I just ordered a Viper V3 Pro. Is there a better mouse so I can cancel my order? Not in my opinion, and you can generally return it if you hate it, so I'd recommend it. 21.5 by 11 relaxed claw or fingertip coming from an OG Viper. What should I get? I mean, you could. There's not really many like flat FK mice on the market. Viper V3 Pro is just the easiest recommendation. Have you tried any arm sleeves recently? Only the Pulsar, whatever their new white sleeve is, and it seems very good. Has your Akitsu scroll wheel loosened up? My wheel click is crazy stiff. A little bit, but not like... It's still not a light click. You can see I'm like trying to spam it. My ULX scroll wheel, people are always telling me it like has issues, but I finally have like kind of creakiness when I press the wheel in. So that's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. What do you think about getting the Maya X if I find the Viper V3 Pro a little bit too low on the hump? It's not going to feel like noticeably higher profile, but it is a bit shorter of a mouse. I don't know if that'll really fix the issue for you. Creo Pegasus is a great mouse. I've never heard of it, which is always, it's like those things are conflicting. Is it a great mouse if I've never heard of it? Thoughts on the Pulsar X2V2 and X2H? If you can get them on sale, they're still like decent buys. They're going to be revising their entire lineup pretty soon. And there are Chinese budget companies that have kind of just like more or less cloned those two shapes at this point. So if you're interested in like the X2H, there's the Skyrox V8, which is just very similar, and the standard size X2, once again, pretty similar to the VXE Mad R. Any skates for Viper V3 you recommend? I remember I tried the core pads at the beginning. They were fine. I tried some Tiger Ice, but recently I've just been throwing on like dot skates of various types. These are X-Ray Pad Jade Airs. X-Ray Pad skates are great. That's really my thoughts. Uzi.fanpage is saying Maya or Thorn. I prefer the Maya, but if you like want a high profile mouse to like palm grip or just any like super relaxed grip style, and want an ergo, probably the Thorn. Looking for Myonix caster shape. I don't know if anybody, or like there are any clones of that. Thoughts on the Attack Shark R2? Is that the magnesium one or is that the R1? I don't know. Too many Attack Shark mice. None of them good. Will you receive a Glaze Ultra for a review? I have no idea. You could have asked me that 3 months ago, and I would have been like, yeah, I think the whale's, like, going to send me that soon. But at this point, it's like, I have no fucking idea. Is the Incot G Hero worth getting if you own an NPO1? Only if you, like, hate your NPO1. It won't feel better or, like, higher quality, I would say. When Casimir review? I don't know. Maybe I'll make an individual review. Maybe I'll fit it into a glass pad roundup. I don't have many other glass pads to review, so I should just review it. Attack Shark R2 is magnesium? Yeah, I didn't like it. I think I reviewed it. What do you think about the F1 Extreme? They keep improving? I haven't even seen that. The F1 Extreme? Well, it tells me that I'm right when I say that the mice aren't fucking perfect, and people in my chat are like, oh, you're hating, you're xenophobic, these mice are perfect. If they're continuously reiterating them and improving them in future batches. Let's be honest, Logitech should release 8K hertz. I don't think it's really a huge deal at the end of the day. Maybe they will have it for their next release. No, you reviewed the R3, but the R2 is much better? Maybe they'll send me it. Well, that's on them for naming the mice in like a fucking reverse order. Unless it's just like a smaller shape, but I don't know. I'm getting the VXE R1 Pro. That's a good budget mouse. Good luck. Thoughts on the OP1 8K? It's just incredible. It's too narrow for me. If they made like an OP18K large or something like that, I would enjoy it a lot, but I don't think they will. We got bots. Are there bots in the chat? That would make it interesting. Is there a Shiddinkai V3? There will be, but it's not out yet. They're like currently like reiterating it. I haven't heard from Artisan in a while. They told me that the... Never mind, I can't say that. Something about the Zebra Pad. They told me something about the Zebra Pad. Have you seen sensor issues on the Viper V3 Pro? I've seen so many people talk about like a dead zone issue, but I just don't have it. So I don't know. I've had, at this point, I think I've had 4 copies, maybe 5, and I've just never, like, I don't know, I've never experienced it, so I don't know. Are wired mice dead in 2024? No, they still make good, like, values. Visco's just uploaded a video on, like, her case for the OP18K, and, like, that's a great mouse. Death Arrow V3 wired is great, but there's not many incredible wired mice releasing. Personally, not a big fan of the Shiddinkai V2. Yeah, it didn't quite capture the magic of the Shiddinkai V1. I don't know if the Shiddinkai V3 will. You just, ultimately, you have to have those small glass beads that can kill somebody. Rumor is Artisan might just can the whole Shiddinkai lineup. Is it true? I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rumor and if it's possibly true. Like they currently have... There's currently new firmware released for the Viper V3 Pro as of September 4th. I actually don't think I installed that yet, but I did see... Wait, maybe I did because my Synapse updated, but I don't think I specifically updated the mouse. But I saw people saying that the LOD is much higher. Is that true? Or was it to address the sensor issues? I have no idea. Can you check out the R2? Yeah, I mean, I'll look into it, but I don't know. There's a lot of mice already. Artisan Zerk. I presume that means Zero or Saturn Pro. Whichever is, like, more available, like, cheaper. There won't be a huge difference. Artisan went more comfortable for the newer versions. I don't know what that means. You gonna review the Zero Mouse V35? Probably not, but I regret not buying it at this point. I didn't realize how many people would ask about it. Rate Casmi from 1 to 10. Like, if you want like speed glass pad with like a really smooth surface, probably like a 9. There's not too much for me to complain about, except for it just not being like a speed of pad or an experience that I want to consistently use in Fortnite. Like, even aim training. Like, some scenarios, I feel like I'm playing really well with this pad. What would you say is the best mouse for under 200? One for under... I don't even know what that means. Just get a Viper V3 Pro. Some of these questions, you guys, like, have weird words. What are your thoughts on the BeastX 8K? The medium is just essentially like a Final Mouse medium. So, it's just a slightly cheaper version from WL Mouse with worse side holes, but... yeah, it's not really terrible. Do you feel stable in-game using fingertip? Yeah, because the thing is, like, maybe some people are fingertipping their mouse, like, with a fucking floating wrist, no finger contact on the pad, but most of the time when you're, like, fingertipping a mouse, you're, like, compensating for stability somehow. So I don't really have any issues with it. But it depends, like, person to person. Like, also, like, some people like do relaxed grips. Is Vaxi XES good at all? I didn't, like, love it personally, but if you just wanted a scaled-down version of the XE, it's good in the same way that, like, the HTS2 is good if you want a scaled-down version of the Hot ES Plus. A lot of people do float. It's just crazy to me. But, I mean, you know, different strokes, different folks. Do you still use the GPX2? Yeah, a good amount. It's not like a daily driver, but it's I use it for comparisons a lot, especially... like, when I was testing the Maya X, the GPX was in rotation a lot, but it really just depends. RIP Wi-Fi. Not my Wi-Fi. I hope not. It says I haven't dropped a single frame. Incredible. When's the Agaz S10 review coming? I actually got that a few days ago, I think, but I don't think I unboxed it yet. So, it is in the pipeline. I can say that much. Shit, I still have to review the Arbiter Akitsu. Your hands are too big for the XES. Yeah, they are. Have you ever used the G-Wolf's HSK? Yeah, like way back. I was not... or the HSK Pro? Did they have a standard HSK with 4K? I'm not sure. I float and use the middle of my forearm on the edge of the table as my anchor point. That's interesting. I mean, if it works, it works. But sometimes people are like... I've had, like, friends like not like intense gamers, but like they're just like genuinely held back by their like mouse grip and like shit like that. It's very interesting. I presume that's why people ask for like videos about that content. What is the best fingertip mouse that you have? For me, it's really the ULX Small, but there are a lot of others that are like pretty much close to as good. We need Zeiss Rail 2 to save gaming mice. I agree. Rocket Jump Ninja, he's been kind of a bit more active. I saw he posted something about the ultralight small earlier, actually, or like yesterday. Jade versus CorePads Pro, which is faster on G Pro X Superlight. I mean, it's going to be a negligible difference, but likely Jade's. Market dry as fuck? Yeah, unless you love, like, cheap Chinese mice, which some people do. But I feel like it's more of, like, a silent, or, like, not a silent majority. The opposite of that. A loud minority. Is everything these days clones of clones? Yeah. Like, there's just not... I'm trying to think, like, what is the last, like, really unique shape that dropped that wasn't the Zowie U2? There's probably something, like, if I were to scroll down my YouTube. But nothing great. That's the issue. I mean, Viper V3 Pro, pretty interesting mouse. How do Jade Airs compare to the old Jade Dots? They're just, like, maybe, like, a bit more consistent when you apply pressure. Like, they might be a little bit harder, but the glide itself, like, the characteristics, very similar. Did you see the new Optimum Tech video? Which one? The monitor one? Yes. Anything else? No. And by new, that was a few days ago. Maybe there's a newer one. Best Ergo Zowie EC clone? That's a good question. There are like so many, they just kind of all blend together. Pulsar X-Lite series is a safe recommendation. But I don't know if it's necessarily the best. WML Sword X isn't really one-to-one clone. Death Air V3 again isn't a one-to-one clone. Why would anyone get IPS monitors now that OLED have way better latency? I don't know. I was traumatized by OLED, but I'm trusting Asus. Because it's really, I blame LG for fucking up my first OLED experience. Guys, I'm a Sigma. Glad to hear. OP1 8K or wait for OP1 W4K. It depends if you want. It literally just comes down to, do you care about having a wire? If you don't want a wire, then wait for wireless. If you don't care, then OP1 8K, you can buy one right now. It's cheaper, etc. Mad R or Mad R Major, which is value for money. It's like what, a $10 difference? I mean, I would say that's negligible, but if you care, then obviously get the cheaper one. A question like that, I just don't, like, what do you expect the response to be? Like, yes, the cheaper one is a better value for the money, I guess. How has Skyrock's been? It's been, like, incredible. It really just feels like a 40 gram X2H, except for my clicks. They're just too loose. There's a lot of like bad, just like total travel in general, side to side wobble. It does have like a loose, low quality feeling, but other than that, like everything about the mouse is like kind of pristine, and it's crazy. Like the sensor feeling's good, the weight balancing feels good, the coating's good, and it's, again, $70 for a mouse. It's not like it's fucking free. It's like a $20 to $30 difference from most of the competition, but you know, value is there. There a difference between the orange Artisan Zero and the Zero Black? Not really. Is the Polar 75 Pro worth it? What's the price of it? I've been using it for a while, and it's very good. Like, I haven't felt a need to put another keyboard on my desk. Have you been playing any other games recently? Yeah, but it's not what you expect. Ever since NBA 2K dropped on, what was it, like Wednesday or something? I've been grinding that a little bit. So I've kind of been slacking on the mouse review grind set, but I will get back on it. That was just simply a phase, but, you know, console gaming, that's what it's all about. Have you checked out the ROM mouse? No, they offered to send me it, and I believe I responded, so it's just in like some type of limbo at this point. Favorite NBA team? The Knicks. I'm a Knicks, Jets, Mets fan, so not the most successful bunch. Gaming is bored as fuck. It is, like, I don't know, most games aren't really hitting for me. Play Deadlock? I haven't. I played it, like, not to say that I'm special, but I had access to the beta, like, months ago, and I didn't quite love it then, but I do see a lot of people playing it. Fortnite Global's in 12 minutes? Yeah, that's why I streamed early, because I want to watch Red Zone, NFL Red Zone, and that at the same time. Maximum consumption. But I'm still going to stream for like another hour or so. Because yesterday, games didn't get started for so long, but maybe they'll get started quicker today. I mean, Peterbot's just the GOAT, simple as. Are there any competitors against Wooting HE keyboards? There are literally dozens of companies releasing Hall effect boards, but none of them are just better, in my opinion. I've tried all of them. This one's not bad. The Polar 75. BO6 beta is good, but hella sweaty. I always get FOMO'd into buying COD betas, and I just never really enjoy them. And I didn't get it this time around. So I know there was some strat with like an Amazon return, but I just couldn't be asked. Watch party for Fortnite, guys. Can you stop spamming? Just like out of decency. Like I'm the only one moderating the chat. Like these aren't even good questions. Have you tried the Agaz by Santali? It's so fire. I got it a few days ago, but I haven't opened it up out of the box yet. So I will try it soon. Is the Arson Type 99 competitor? Yeah, it's kind of close to GSR. Just watch my review of it. I mean, I compare it to a lot of control pads in that video. BO6 is free on Game Pass? Fuck, do I have that? How much time's left? Because that's the issue. I kept thinking it's like, oh, it's just a weekend beta. And now it's like it's still going on. And now I feel like I'm really, if I buy it, it's not going to last for that long. Okay. Is the Attack Shark X3 good? That's going to be the first ever 24-hour timeout administered. Not playing around with the chat moderation. Highest friction mousepads for the Beast X Max? I mean, it has to be Lethal Gaming Gear Jupiter Pro. Is just the slowest I've ever tried. Do you use edit on release in Fortnite? I do. I switched off it one day like many years ago at this point. I just never looked back. Do you try the Rocket HE keyboard? I don't believe so. 10 a.m. Pacific time for contact. What's 10 a.m. Pacific time? Oh, the Fortnite? Somebody's recommended a Fortnite watch party. Probably not. I mean, maybe I could just throw it up on the screen, but I doubt I would. I mean, no. We'll see. If the games actually start on time, maybe we'll do a Game 1 watch party. Do you think the Akitsu's a good buy? I think the current batch is somewhat shaky in quality, but I do think it's just a good mouse. And if you know that's like the size you want. Oh, I meant for BO6 beta. No, you're good. Because I think 10 a.m. Pacific, that is also when the Fortnite starts. Valorant peak rank? I am not a Valorant grinder. You haven't tried the Ponage board? I have it, but I don't get it. It's like, people say it's good, and I just feel like I'm being gaslit. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just not, it's not special. But I could keep it on my desk and probably perform fine in game, but I just don't understand how people are like, it's better than Wooting. It makes no sense to me, but many things don't. Did you buy new headphones? Saw you broke yours on Twitter? No, and let me see if I have my headphones back here, and I've just been using them without the fucking band. Like, it's just, I shouldn't be in shambles like this, because the entire thing came off, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just use it. So it's just fucked. One Ovan with the €5. That's going to help me get new headphones. Hi, should I get the Razer Gengar, or does it still have problems with build quality? Mousepad Key 83 or Vaxi PC, Tangdao SR, Artisan 0. See, you're getting your money's worth with that question. With the Razer Gengar, it does still have, like, the side popping issue on my copy. I'm not sure how obviously you can hear it, but it is there when I apply pressure, like, every now and then here, but yeah, I mean, if you're expecting like the best quality Viper V3 Pro, given the price increase, I don't recommend it. And Mousepad Key 83 or Vaxi PC, you're gonna have to wait a while for the Key 83. So I'd say Vaxi PC, and I would say Artisan 0. Best small claw mouse, there are just too many. Like, I don't know. You can, on my desk, you're looking at like 4 mice. That could be the best for you, depending on your grip style, your shape preference, many other things. What's that mouse on the stand? It is the WL Mouse Beast X Max Zebra Edition. I do believe there are some units in stock still. Give a recommendation for a mouse, $50 to $80. VXE Mad R, R1 Pro, Skyrox V8, OP1 8K, Death Adder V3 wired. A whole lot of mice. What's going on? Toastinson. How's it going? Best big claw mouse. Viper V3 Pro's up there. Death Adder V3 Pro. How'd you like the Dragonfly F1 Pro? It was alright. That was like the first Chinese mouse. That was like when China was really coming up. Now that they've came up, I don't think it's really the top recommendation. I'd recommend something like the R1. Did you keep the Keychron fingertip mouse? Was Keychron the M4? Or was that... Yeah, no, Dharma Shark was the M5, Keychron was the M4. Yeah, I did keep it, but I didn't really use it too much. Will you ever get technical in your reviews, like buying stuff to measure latency? Absolutely not. That was a trend for a while, and people were begging me to do it then. And now I feel like the trend has passed. It just doesn't fucking matter. That's really what it comes down to. Do you like the Niles on the Beast X? No, I prefer Omron Opticals. Like, if a mouse just, like, feels trash, I just notice it without the need for fucking testing. And pretty much everything's running the same firmware, so it's just, like, it's just pointless to an extent. Have you got the Lamzu Parent? No, I don't think they've... Are they, like, still selling that? I think that's just delayed. Like, since people have been asking me to get it, I don't think they've, like, sent out a single unit. So I'll get that whenever it's ready, like with the 3950 version. They just told me they'll send it to me. Why do you pick the ULX Cheetah over a Beast X Mini? Because it's just slightly larger, and it just, like, I don't know, feels perfect in my hand. And yeah, Beast X Mini, it's around the same weight, a little bit smaller. And my copy just has, like, this awful glossy coating. If I got a new copy, maybe it would be a little bit different. What happened to the focals? I just dropped them like 50 times. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me, how I somehow kept managing to drop the headphones, but one time they just broke, and I don't know. I just got new headphones. I still have them. Maybe I'll, like, do a project or something, or store them. Who knows? Wait, are you using a glass pad right now? Yes, this is the Glassworks Kazumi. Can you do a bottle flip? Damn, this is kind of the perfect amount of water to do a flip, if my high school freshman memories serve me well. Let's see. Damn. Leave a like. Leave a like for that. That was tough as hell. Do you think the Viper V3 Pro Mini is real? I think there's a chance. I would say there's like a 60-70% chance. Let's go. Everybody's celebrating. One more like for 69. Incredible. What headphones do you use for traveling / walking your dog? I usually don't listen to headphones on my walk, but I just have like AirPod Pros. I'm basic. The AirPod Pro 2s, I guess, is what these are. But, you know, they work. And I also use these to test wireless interference. Like, I'll just open it up and, like, leave it on my Mousepad while using a mouse. So that, whoever was asking, like, do I test latency? Like, I go above and beyond. Is changing the Superlight skates a must? Nobody has ever regretted changing their Superlight skates unless they don't know how to do it and you leave on, like, the layer of glue and then fuck up your LOD. But yes, I would say it's not a must, but it's worth it, if that makes sense. Is the OP2 real? As far as I know, no. But I don't know much, clearly. Zebra Beast X versus normal edition. It does have the good, like, skin coating, but there's not too many performance differences. But obviously, I recommend the Zebra edition. But my AirPods got uneven battery life, so scuffed. Unlucky. Yeah, mine seem like they're pretty shitty battery, but I've had them for years, so I don't know. Lamzu versus VXE QC and build quality. Lamzu tends to be better in my experience, which is not unexpected. Why do my parents not love me? I don't know. It's not the question. That's not a mouse-related question, so I don't know. Maybe you're not using a good enough mouse. How long did the Hien last you? I mean, my original Hien from way back when still has some life. Not a lot of life. Who's your favorite Jets player of all time? Probably Namath, but, like, of people I've seen play, Revis, like, easily. Like, Revis, he was the Carmelo Anthony of the Jets. Like, I didn't get to see much winning as a sports fan as a child, but I saw some great players, some great athletes. Most underwhelming mouse this year that seems to get hype. Ooh, that's like a fucking, that's an alley-oop. I should have something, but what's some, see, I just wouldn't have it on my desk. That's the issue. Like, whenever I get a question, I look at my desk. There's probably just some trash that I just, like, disregarded a while ago. It's a good question. I should scroll through, like, my mouse reviews. Favorite Met of all time? That's an interesting question. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what mouse I fucking hate of this year. Favorite Met of all time, though? I guess, like, David Wright of the ones I've seen play. At all time, they don't really have many legends. People didn't really like the Asus ROG Care. Oh, I guess the Dharma Shark M2. I guess, like, that mouse has kind of died because, of course, if I say a mouse isn't great, it's probably not going to hold up long term. But, yeah, the M2, I just wasn't a big fan of it. How's the WML Sword X holding up? Any issues after use? Not really. I haven't been using it like all day, all night, but it stays on my desk, as you can see. I just wish the side buttons were a little bit lower. The coating could also be a bit better. X2H or the Skyrocks? I mean, it's hard to recommend the X2. Like, if you don't care about having the lightest mouse, maybe the standard X2H. Well, if you want the standard size, probably X2H. But if you want the X2H Mini, it's hard not to recommend Skyrocks for reasons outside of this click quality. And they did send me a second unit, and it's nowhere near as bad. So maybe I just got unlucky, as I always do with the Chinese mice. How much is your mouse collection worth? That's a good question. I wouldn't assume more than 20K. I feel like 20K would be a strong price. If somebody was like 20K for all your mice, I'd be like fucking done. If you include mouse pads, I have a good amount of mouse pads. Best Val player in your opinion? That's, I don't know. I'm not really a Valorant expert. Like, I would have a better take if you asked me best Fortnite player, but I don't know. Maybe Azpaz? He seems like he's a beast. How's that pad? Is it worth it? The Casmi, it's a good glass pad. It's a really good texture, like good backing, good quality. It's just like it's a modern top tier glass pad. I don't think it's like, if you have a SkyPad 4.0, should you buy it? Probably not. But it's just kind of what I settle on. It's what I use whenever I want to use a glass pad. Thoughts on Donk? I remember one time I just made this reference. And I was like, isn't Donk like kind of washed? And people got really mad at me. But then like last week I saw he did really bad in a tournament. So maybe he's just inconsistent. But he's the GOAT at the same time. What do you think about the Endgame Gear XM1R? It's very old at this point. They're making the XM2 8K, which is pretty much just the same thing, but way more modern, and I would recommend waiting for that. Thoughts on the Pro 2 Dex? I'm excited. New Logitech mouse, I think it's releasing on the 17th. So just over a week, maybe. But I saw they also, like Logitech on Twitter, they posted something about an Astro headphone, so they better not fucking delay it, but maybe they will. He's just young, he will figure it out. Donk? Yeah, true, he is very young. That's the thing, like Wenbanyama, he can only get better. Is Wallhack 4 upgrade... I just like read that. I read every word in that question in the wrong order. But yeah, I would say the SkyPad 4.0, it could be worth it if you don't like your 3.0, but it's not necessary. Do you still not like arm sleeves? Not really enough to like use them whenever I'm gaming, but I like if a pad forces me to use an arm sleeve, I'll fucking bite. Like I'll use the arm sleeve at this point. But on something like a Heian, just a cloth pad, I really don't think it's necessary, but some people do. Yo, Hexed, how's it going? Wait, are you the guy who used to comment about my hands all those years ago? Am I thinking of the right person? Any good Chinese clones of the NPO-1S? Really, the only one that is similar at the moment is the Nifter Ergolite, and that mouse is just so egregiously priced. Like, it's like, imagine the VXE Mad R was $120. You'd be like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, this isn't a $120 mouse. But what was the question? Oh yeah, NPO-1S. I'd wait for another Chinese company to do that. Yes, it's me. That's fucking crazy, man. It's good to see you back. Legendary. Global started? Okay, let me pull this up. Hold on. Should I do a watching party of a watch party? Let's see. Fortnite streaming. Okay. Would you guys rather watch the Fortnite Championship or my hand? Or maybe both. Why not both? Let's see this. Legendary. First match? Oh shit, the match actually started? I didn't know. No audio? Should I turn on a little bit of audio? I was wondering, what do you think about the latency on the R1 Pro? There's really not. You're not going to run into any issues with the latency. Turn on audio, please. Okay, I just don't want it to be too loud. Like, let me know how this audio sounds. Because I can't hear it because I don't have my headphones. I don't get why pros are using artisan pads in different colors instead of the black version. Is there any difference? No, but they sell the different colors for a reason. Sometimes people just want a little bit of flair on their setup. Like, the orange Arson Zero looks nice. Red Hiens are classic. Red Hayate O2. Turn it down? Okay. My bad. Oh, that was only one question. Lower volume, put it half? Okay, should be good now. Attack Shark X3 or Viper Mini? Almost read Vitamin Water. Would you ever try planar magnetic headphones? Isn't that what Focals were? Or is that something else? Or Hi-Fi Man Sundara? Am I crazy? Because I feel like I've tried that, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. 5% volume? God damn. I think I do have, like, my audio high. Okay, here we go. 5%. Yes, Sundaras are? Okay, so I tried them, but I didn't love them. So, I don't know. I should try some new headphones, though. What do you guys recommend? If I am somebody who doesn't hate biodynamics. Have you used the Fnatic X Lamzu Maya X? Yes, I have. It's honestly probably, like, in my top 3 mice. You should watch my review of it from, like, a week or 2 ago. Let's go Malibuca down. Yeah, I did, like, I'm, like, watching, but I'm not paying attention. But it did seem like I noticed that. Kovacs XD. What a name. Now I'm going to leave answer everyone but me. I promise you it is no type of vendetta. They're just... And I'm not answering everybody. But if you leave, that is unfortunate. Is Kazumi the best glass mousepad ever? I wouldn't say that, but it's very good. You prefer zero build or normal? Like normal by a great amount. But zero build it's a little bit fun, and sometimes I'll play with friends who don't build, and zero build this season with jetpacks, like it's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. Have you tried the free fall house pad? I did, but I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Something about the surface, it just felt like it slowed down as I used it more and got like kind of control. You should try the High X65 headphones. I have no clue what those are, but maybe I'll look into it. Zero builders for old heads like me, that's fair. Yeah, I've never seen like a 60-year-old like really crank and like free build. You mess with bullet drop? I don't. I thought that was like one of the great things about Fortnite. Like, yeah, it made long range aim like easier, but it was also like still like just tapping people with like an AR while they're in the sky. It was very fun. But yeah, I don't think it's like the end of the world. Like, I've gotten used to it. But I do also enjoy playing Reload from time to time. Pretty good mode, a good loot pool. Can you recommend me a mouse? $100, which is not lambs. I mean, you just have a whole lot of options. Like, if you have small hands, endgame gear OP18K, if you don't mind wired, VXE Mad R, R1 Pro, Skyrox V8, Pulsar mice, just so many more. What pad do you use for Fort? I mean, obviously a whole bunch, but if I want to play my best Fortnite, probably my Hien soft or a Zero soft, which sounds cliche, but there's a reason I just recommend these pads all the time. Ever been to a LAN event for any game? Been to my first this year. Pretty fun. I actually haven't. I'd be willing to go if there was one in like a somewhat esteemed arena in New York City. I would have gone to the Fortnite World Cup, but I was just working at a zoo, so you know, sometimes there were obligations. Do you plan on reviewing these Alpine Z2 Mini? Yeah, they should be sending me it, I believe. Do you main the Kazumi right now? No. But whenever I use a glass pad, this is what I go for. And most of the time when I'm using a glass pad, it's just because my dog's on my desk and I don't want to like fuck up a glass pad. So they are very advantageous for that. What's going on? Oh my, Clix and Venom are getting kills. This is big. How long does Artisan take to ship their pads? Not really. Not too long. Sometimes they take breaks though, but I don't think they're currently in a break. So you should get one if you order it like within 2 weeks, like with processing and shipping. Top 5 hard liquors. I don't know, but just in general, like worldwide, vodka's probably #1. What the fuck? Vino Switch drops? Really? I didn't even notice that. Hot take, don't you think we're reaching the endgame mice? I don't see many ways to make drastic improvements, at least without fundamentally changing the way we use them. Kind of, I do see that. like, of just the standard, like, way mice are going, I don't think we ever get to, like, full-size shells, like 15-gram mice. I don't know if that's, like, the way to go, but I could see, like, just some revolution in gaming mice. Do you know the Key 83 is going to be available? Maybe November. Wow, Chap, what a player. Follows me on Twitter. Did you see the ATK F1 Extreme? I didn't, but I saw somebody mentioned it, so now after stream I will look into it. Somebody said they were confused. Is ATK the same as VXE? I'm very confused about the Chinese. Yes, they are a part of the same parent company, which is called VGN, which stands for Video Game News. So, like, why that's the case, I don't know, but yes, they are under the same company. You might want to change title to Viewing Party. Nah, because this is like, I mean, how long have I been live for? 50 minutes? I don't know. This is okay. What are you saying by dry market? I just mean it's boring. Like, there's not really... Like, if you're not actively buying mice, you're not missing out. Like, let's say last year you tried the Pulsar X2. And then... Now, this year, there's, like, the VXE Mad R, which is just kind of cool. Last year, you tried, like, the X2H Mini. Now you can try the Skyrox V8. There's not really much innovation. It's just, like, a shape's getting stolen and kind of revised a little bit. Like, something that would make the market less dry, there's the mouse, the Orbital Pathfinder, which I'm getting soon. Also, like, if Rocky Jump Ninja made a new mouse, that would be a very interesting product. But I just don't find, like, revisions, different sizes of shapes, just updates to the same mouse that released a year ago. It doesn't really move me. Are you in the AIM community? Players like Viscos, Matteo W, or anyone in Voltaic? What? I don't understand what the second part of that sentence means. Or are you just, like, listing people who are in the AIM community? I guess I'm in the AIM community. I've been like a lifelong Kovaxer, but I don't know. I don't hard associate with the AIM community. Like, I'm not in any of the Discords or anything. When's the Boards the Artisan dropping? Should be, I'd say, within a month. That would be nice if my birthday is on October 16th. Around that time that'd be very nice. What are the odds a Setup Sunday occurs? After the spontaneous Fortnite viewing party, I don't know if the odds are that high. It was like one or the other. Setup Sunday lost. But I can do on... I don't know, I should just work Setup Sunday into every stream and just do like 5. Because a full Setup Sunday stream, it's just too much. Boards the Artisan W? Yeah, there's the Zebra Artisan 0. When's the Zebra 0 dropping? I just said I'm not exactly sure. What the fuck? There's a Boards the Artisan. What's the collab about? It's a zebra print on the 0. And one interesting thing is, you guys know how the texture on pads with prints tends to be different because of heat treating, but that's actually, it didn't happen. This is one of the few, if not one of the first designed pads to release without heat treating. So that does result in a slightly more blurry print, but that also results in the surface being much more true to the original. So there are some interesting quirks. Wow, look at the mastery of these edits. ADHD friendly stream, exactly. It's all natural. There's no artificial Subway Surfers, so I could get that going somewhere. Shape is king. Man was cooking with that quote. True. I think sometimes in the life I'm too competitive. It's possible. It is possible. Also in Chicago, I've never been. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Because, dang, I've never been to Texas. Maybe I'm not as well traveled as I think I am. But I will probably go to Chicago this summer for the National Sports Collectors Convention. Maybe, maybe not, but I know that's in Chicago. I do want to go to Chicago. Controller review arc when? Probably never. Like, I have the DualSense Edge, but it seems like most of the good controllers are for Xbox, and I've lost my ways when it comes to controller Fortnite, so I'm not even... Like, the only games I play with controller are sports games, and those don't really matter too much, like, controller-wise. I will glaze Artisan all day. I don't even care. That's, like, my point of view for the last 4 years. Did you see the Skyrox price change? No. As far as I know, it's 70. What's it changed to? Have you been playing 2K25? Yeah, I've been kind of grinding it as much as I can since it came out. I'm a rookie 5 kind of close to starter 1, like a 94, which for a center that can't shoot, you don't get that many points. I don't even know how many people in chat even know what I'm saying means. That many people play 2K. But yeah, it's been a fun game. I just make the same build every year. Inside center. It's a lost art. Why do you watch FNCS? Because I enjoy watching competitive Fortnite. This is really the one... This is the one esport that I kind of enjoy watching. And it's so easy. Like, I can just, like, zone out, read my chat. I'm still, like, caught up with what's going on in the game. 2K25 VC refund method? Is it just the same as the old VC refund method, which is just, like, trying to PlayStation and they refund it once per account? Or is there, like, a new one? I use the chat feature on VGN website. They said they don't know anything about VXE. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It's going to confuse you if you try to get to the bottom of, like, Chinese corporate structure. Need help with the device descriptor issue on the 4K Plus dongle. I can only use wired on Viper V3 Pro. Just get a new unit, I think. Just tell them, like, your unit's stopped working wirelessly and they'll send you a new one. Because I don't think there's really a fix. That's crazy that this is the esport you enjoy. Like, I watch competitive Valorant, not like much of it, but I watched the grand finals for that, for the YouTube video I make, which I will make one of these for Fortnite. Like, probably for top 5 or top 10 duos, I'll cover, like, the mice they use. Maybe just top 5, because 10 people, it's a good amount. But I feel like I was answering your question. Oh, somebody said it's crazy that I enjoy this. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like watching TAC FPS. It doesn't excite me. Playing it doesn't excite me. Watching it doesn't excite me. He's a kid that's born in the Fortnite generation. You get it. Do you like the mustache? Of course. That's why it's being grown out. I'd say it's like it's at like 50% of capacity. What a shot that was. What a shot. Lord, set up Sunday, do it. Spamming it is not going to change it. You ever play League? No, I downloaded it one time. And it just was like, nah, it's not going to be the game I play, unfortunately. Did you see the F1 Extreme? You commented this before. I was going to say, why are so many people commenting it? But it's the same person. Box Zoo. Yes, I did see it. I'll try to get my hands on it. But who knows? If I don't get sent a Chinese mouse, it's just so fucked. Like, I have to wait, like, ages, pretty much. How old are you? I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in October 16th, in just over a month. Best beginner mouse. I don't know. It depends on your hand size. If you have big hands and you're willing to spend a little bit on a mouse, probably a Viper V3 Pro, then that'll like just let you know the type of mouse you like. But beginner mouse is interesting. If you're looking for something cheap, VXE Matt R, it's actually not a bad buy. It's cheap Chinese mice. Can't just go get that in a store. How's the Arbiter Kitsu so far? It's like held up well, aside from the issues that I have kind of mentioned, like the high side button placement. I just realized how small the actual like mouse showing portion is, and the just the clicks, like the pre and the post travel, it's just a little bit too much. Didn't like MOBA games, no adrenaline and too much to click. Yeah, it's just like, it's like something about Fortnite, like that excites the soul. I'm turning 22 on October 17th. Damn, we're almost like age brothers. He and mid versus soft. I just prefer the soft. Just it's the experience that I expect when I go for an Artisan Hien. What's the brand that's the best build quality mice? Maybe Endgame Gear. They're up there. It used to be Zowie, but Zowie kind of has like hit or miss creaking issues on stuff. Any other peripherals / stuff you'd recommend buying in Japan besides Artisan? Just tech in general. Like if you go to stores like, not PC ones, those are like mostly peripherals, but like Bic Camera, Sofmap, like those stores just have crazy amounts of tech. Like if you're into like cameras, just really anything, they'll have it. And there's also like tons of like kind of like vintage antique stores in Japan, which are nice. I kind of want to go back. I also want to go to China. I need to go to Asia again. I feel like I say this a lot. I don't go to Asia a lot. Is the Viper V3 Pro the best mouse still? In my opinion, yes. Easily the mouse of the year so far. Damn, this is a tough fight, but the Asian, he handles it handily. Kavone with the $1. Much appreciated. Do you ever sell off some of the peripherals you've tested? Yeah, but I should do it more. I've come to realize, like, I just have too many like peripherals. Like if you guys saw behind me, wait, can I move out of the way? No, I can't. There's just like stacks and stacks. Next ULX patch. I see you spamming that. I feel like I answered it. I just don't know. I just simply don't know. I think it's maybe October, maybe mid-October. Chinese mouse factory tour arc? Exactly. A Chinese company just needs to bring me out there to tour their factories. I would do it happily. Best dot skates for the WO mouse on a Heian Soft. I mean, X-Ray Pad Jades, X-Ray Pad like Obsidian Airs. It really depends. You could get Tiger Ice. You could just use the stock dot skates. There's many options. Best budget Raiden clone right now. Probably the Infinity Mice Speed V2. Followed by maybe the Lamzu Energon. The Neptune from Lethal Gaming Gear isn't a clone, but the Pro. Oh my god, this guy's cracked. Tragic. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, something about budget rating clones. Oh yeah, the Neptune Pro Firm is a very good mouse pad. Who are your favorite pro players in esports? I don't think I really have like favorites. You have 0 chat points on Twitch? You're a fake Fortnite fan? I don't even know how that's possible. Well, I guess I just never watched the official broadcast. Yo, Kavone with another $1. Is that true, or is that the same dollar as before? Nonetheless, that's appreciated. Oh yeah, that's not channel points, that's bits. VXE Madar Major or Skyrox V8 just depends on the shape. Madar Major, it's just like a general, like, safer recommendation. But for the specific, like, aggressive, like, small, high hump mouse, probably the Skyrox V8. What's your opinion on the Zalpin Z1 Pro egg shape? It's just a good, like, budget egg. Do they have a new version of that coming out? I'm not sure. I don't think that mouse pad exists, like a good double XL from a big brand. Probably just doesn't exist. Are you open to weird new mice like the Titan 1 mouse? Yeah, I honestly should be, because just the standard market is a little bit lackluster at the moment. So I should look into that. And just like more weird mods. But I just don't feel like any of them ever like stand the test of time. But maybe that's how it goes. Playing with a Model O V1. Jesus, how's that even possible? Which model should I consider? No budget? I mean, if you just want to see like the other end of the mouse spectrum, probably go for like a Razer Viper V3 Pro. But there's honestly like, there's just so many mice, it's hard to recommend one. GPX even works. But honestly, if you guys are into ergos, maybe wait for next week for this Logitech mouse release. Who knows? What's a good alternative to Shinkai since I can't replace it? I don't know. I'd recommend just like going away from like the film coated like speed pads, but yeah, I just don't know of any like direct clones. Mousepad similar speed to Skypad but cloth? Nothing is gonna no cloth surface is gonna feel like a Skypad necessarily. Like just like when people say that a glass pad will have the control and feel like an Artisan Zero, like no it won't. Yo, Calo Paluti with the $5 I appreciate it. Oh, is that Brazilian Real? Much appreciated. Do you recommend an alternative to Type 99 in Brazil? It costs more than $150. I mean, like a Zowie GSR2 will get you like 90% of the way there, probably. Also, do you think that NPO1S wireless is worth it when costing $250? Probably not. Presuming that you're like equivalating this to USD. I think so. Would you recommend a ULX Tiger or Lion for Fortnite? I don't know your hand size, and it really depends on that. If you have large hands, go for the largest feeling mouse. If you want something a little bit flatter, probably go for the medium. Peterbot is dead? Oh shit, how did I... See, I'm just looking at the chat too much. Damn. That's tragic. I saw Poyo was in the sky, but then I wasn't paying attention. This is the worst viewing party ever. Just kidding, it's the best. Yo, Intel Edits, how's it going, man? Have you been onto the YouTube grind? I've not been keeping up, I must admit. Damn, how'd Peterbot die? That's like unfortunate. He shouldn't do that. If you weren't doing peripheral reviews, what content would you do? I don't know if I'd be doing content, but I guess just like, I don't know. I just can't think of anything. I'd love to just like recap auction catalogs. Like there's like a nice Sotheby's art auction, just like recap that catalog. That's my dream job, but I don't think that's really, don't think that's a big thing. He's 100 points above top, yeah. he had a big lead, but I don't know. If Thomas HD and Queasy do well, they could get close to tying it. I have a Beastex Max and want to know if the Final Mouse Tiger's hump is smaller because I want to reach the front side button a little bit easier. Let me think. Beast hump is smaller. It will be a little bit smaller, but I mean the Beastex Max, the side button positioning, it's a bit inferior to Final Mouse, so maybe that actually would work. Yeah. Because for me, I just want something a bit bigger than the Tiger, but what you're saying probably makes sense. Do you watch any movie or TV show? Now, I'm, like, very weird in that I don't watch a ton. Like, Flatter. Like, the actual profile, it's just, like, it's a bit scaled down. It's a bit smaller. It's not like, a completely different profile, of course. But yeah, I need to watch a new TV show. Clicks and Vino Dead as well? Yeah, they're not... I'm not gonna lie, no hate, I just didn't see them doing, like, incredibly well. But I also thought SETI was gonna do well, and he's in, like, fucking 40th, so I don't know. Best mouse for manlets? I don't know, maybe the Lamzu Atlantis Mini. Could be a good one. Sora V2 as well. Your parents are in Japan, you asked for a Type 99? I don't think that they have those in actual stores yet, sadly. You have a subreddit? No, I have a Discord. A subreddit for myself, that would be crazy egotistical. I do have... No, I just said the Discord. And there is, like, r/mouse review. Is that still alive? Like, are people using the mouse review subreddit? I haven't, like, heard much out of there in a while. Which website do you read about new mice and stuff? Twitter. There's not really, like, there's not, like, a publication recapping the latest news in mice. Damn, Reed's dead as well? Or is he alive? Delaying the inevitable, maybe? Opinions on the new Mayas? Watch my review, but the Maya X is really good. Like, it just fixes the shape for my hand size, and it's just all around, like, a great mouse. Is the Heian Soft worth getting if I have a Zero Mid? Yeah, it's a completely different type of mouse pad. Are you low-key sponsored by Razer? Not at all. Razer... I presume they like me. But there's some people at Razer who don't. I will say that much. Stubby does weekly reviews on what's new. Yeah, that's true, but there's not much news in them. Like, the past 2 episodes have been, like, fucking 4 minutes each. The V3 I thought was really bad. The V3 Pro? See, that kind of made me lose hope in the mouse scene when I saw that mouse release and people were like, oh, it's mid, like, get a $40 Chinese mouse. Because V3 Pro is really the best mouse since the GPX. Mushy side buttons and wobbly scroll wheel. I just don't have either of those. You could have just gotten a new unit from Razer, likely. Did you play Deadlock yet? Yeah, a while back and I didn't enjoy it, but maybe it's like better now since more people are on it. But I probably won't play it, realistically. Did you retire your Artisan Leica jersey? Some of them. I still have... There's still a good amount. I got, I do have an extra of the Zebra Zero, like the first prototype. I'm thinking about hanging that like a jersey. That would be pretty beast. This is my second unit. The first one had a crack in the shell. It's hard to believe. What would you say is a similar mouse to the Hottie S in terms of shape? Not really many, but the Hottie S2 is a smaller version. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, the Hottie S, like, especially the non-plus size, it's very unique shape. Back when shapes were innovative. Back when they saw the Ultralight 2 from Final Mouse and they're like, oh, we'll do this a little bit different. Instead of just cloning. Thoughts on ATK F1 Pro versus Skyrox V8? In my experience, the Skyrox V8 was better, but I don't know, I just don't use my ATK mice. Wait, who's going to win this game? I wonder if Aviv is cheating. Possible. Is the Lamzu Atlantis a cop in 2024? If you want a, like, XM2 style shape, could be. Could also wait for endgame year. How is the Mad R for claw grippers? I think it's very good if you want a mouse with, like, really flat sides and just, like, an adequate hump. Not, like, anything crazy high profile, but it's just, like, designed for claw. You know, most people with, like, medium hands gonna do well. Accidentally pressed mouse 4. Aviv has been doing shit at LAN without his cheats. Yeah, that's really the one the one performance where it's like, I wonder if this person's cheating. Wait, is it just 2 teams left? Damn. Breezy and Thomas HD. What a win. Yet another EU win? I don't know. It might be their last win. Might be their last non-Peterbot win. Thomas HD definitely first place now? Are they? They got 130 points, right? And that would put them at, like, still, like, 20 or so points behind. Where do I download the V-Hub? I don't know. Don't they have web software at this point? They're second before this game? Yeah, but I don't think they made up the entire gap. I could be wrong, though. Think I should cop the VXE Mad R? If you're in the market for a budget mouse, I don't think it's terrible. Or, well, it's obviously not terrible. I just can't really tell you, like, I can't promise you that it's going to hold up. I already do have, with the left click, like, a little bit of, like, post-travel grinding, which I don't love, but kind of a minor issue. And, like, occasional, like, popping back here. I don't really get it. I can hear this interview. I'm sure they're saying something relevant. Mouse Skates tier list, that should really be... That should be sometime soon. I'm not going to say within a week, but certainly within 2. I don't think there's any other skates I have to try. Like, there's the new NTech stuff, which I have no idea why I'm not getting sent those, but that is, you know, it's whatever. I'll acquire them at some point, but I don't think it's really anything too much. Just like the aluminum skates. Artisan Zero Val, or is there something better? I mean, better is subjective. I think that's a perfectly fine pad for Val. And that's kind of the thing with mouse pads. Like, nothing is really, like, awful at this point. Like, every surface is going to track your mouse. Like, it won't be terribly muddy, but you just want to stick with, like, what's best. Try the Talon and Super Glides. What's the Talon? Also the Jades. I've certainly tried Jades. And I've Super Glides through Pulsar. I've tried those. Have you seen the 22-gram pen style mouse? I have. I haven't tried it, though. I probably should. You think the Skyrox V8 is better than the Model O? Easily. I think pretty much anything is better than the Model O. Are glass pads good in high humidity? The pads themselves are, but potentially your mouse skates and more likely your, like, forearm and fingers won't be. Endgame gear is so high quality. Germany is just on another level. Yeah, the Germans, they influenced China to make things high quality. Did you get sent a copy of the Super Glide 2 mousepad? Not yet. I hope I would, though. Maybe not. What are some upcoming drops? That's a good question. There's a few endgame gear mice, like the OP1 8K Purple Frost XM2 8K, but these are like more minor releases. Oh yeah, there's a drop from Asus coming sometime soon, which I will have coverage for. Other than that, though, I'm trying to think. Also, I've been getting fucked by mosquitoes. Is there anybody else in New York City who is just, like, experiencing this mosquito harassment? Like, I've never, in my life, like, I've always been a prime mosquito target. I presume it's something with my blood, but it's never been like this. It's fucking crazy. NTech aluminum skates, have you tried? No, I haven't, but I might just make the tier list without trying them. I don't really care. Like, I don't care too much. Yo, wait, you weren't capping about liking Fortnite. I'm not. Fortnite's really just... It's one of the few games that's captivating. Is this really a mode? Am I crazy? See, like, Fortnite, it's just such a good game. There's shit like this. What about ROM mouses? I haven't tried them yet. I should be getting it at some point. GPX 1 on sale for $60. Is it a good deal? It's not a bad deal, honestly. Better than most mice you're going to get for $60. When should the Asus drop come? I can't leak it, I don't think, but within, like, a very short time period, like within 2 weeks. Your blood cells for a lot in the mosquito community? It must be. It's the only explanation. Best mouse for palm grip? Probably, like, it depends on your hand size and what you want. Deathfire V3 Pro is good, though. So inconsistent at Val because I didn't play for 5 days. You should run some death matches, I guess. Best Sora V2 clone? It's a good question. I don't know how many, like, 1-to-1 clones there are. There's that awful mouse from, like, Ajaz. ATK F1, it's, like, a very similar experience. Same thing, like, Skyrox V8, similar experience. So I would just, like, toss up between those two mice. Have you gotten to try the new Pulsar keyboard? What do you mean by new? Like, the X board... I got sent one of those a while back. I don't think I ever reviewed. Dharma Shark M3 Micro needs to be in the base tier. They've sent me multiple mice, but they've not sent me that one. So I don't know why. Is it like, are they selling them? Because they sent me like this one mouse called like the Nexius, which was just like a fucking awful shape. They sent me like the M3 Pro, which I think was just a 3950 version, which I don't think I've like touched either of those mice. But they didn't send the M3 Micro. Have you tried the Melgy keyboard? I don't think so. Too many keyboards. Zero Arson Zero worth it, because I'm thinking about buying it right now. I would say yes, definitely. One of the greatest cloth pads out there. Gonna try the Harpace Mini for sale in Europe. I hope so. Gonna try it I will get my hands on it as quick as possible. Asus changing up the mouse game. What are the fastest mouse skates for cloth pads? Jades are pretty fast. There's like nobody has really tried to make like the fastest PTFE skate possible, as far as I know. Like you could like mess up some things or mess with some things with like edge rounding. That would just make them crazy fast. But I think like people are aiming for a balance. Did you enjoy MLG content back then? Not really too much. I think that was a bit before my time. I was 5 years older, probably. VXE R1 Pro, Dharma Shark M3. Stop spamming that, but not the M3, I would say. Probably R1 Pro. Raw Excel and Kovac Mouse Intercept Excel is mouse cheat code? What's that second thing? Mouse Intercept Excel. HM66 actually has lower latency than the Wooting HE. Yeah, but that keyboard, it's like the dead zones are so fucked that trying to use it at the lowest actuation, it just literally doesn't work. So it doesn't quite matter, in my opinion. At least on my copy. I don't know. Will the Key 83 or Hayato be good for Fortnite? Yeah, they both will. Key 83, I mean, with the more even X and Y, yeah, Peterbot's still in first by 23 points. Shocking. What was I saying? Key 83, yeah, more even X and Y. It would likely be, like, on paper, a little bit better for Fortnite with all of the verticality, but an Otsu will fucking serve you well. HM66 dropped a firmware 2 weeks ago that kind of fixed dead zones. Okay, I'll try it out, but I don't know. What mouse do you recommend? $50. I guess VXE R1 Pro or the Mad R at that price point. OP1 is even more expensive than that. Would you review mouse mods like DIY 3D printed shells? I mean, I genuinely have no idea why mouse mods are like randomly becoming popular. Like I've reviewed them in the past and I just stopped because they aren't good, but now they're like popular again. It's fucking crazy. So I guess because there's new stuff, but I don't know why. Thoughts on the Glorious Model I? It's like one of the few mice to have 3 side buttons in this day and age, but it's not very good, so that doesn't quite save it. Wireless ZA when? There are FCC filings from Zowie that say that's going to be a thing, but I have no idea. At this point, might be time for the mouse spreadsheet for a guide. I don't know, like the idea of like a written list or a spreadsheet, I'm not big on it. Maybe. My PC can't utilize 8K hertz on my mouse. Yeah, honestly, most PCs. Like, the average person does not have, like, a fucking schizo-optimized, like, fully tweaked system to, use high polling rates. Would the Yolex Tiger line be good for Fortnite? They both would, depending on your hand size. I feel like I've answered this question a few times. Got a Mad R. Nice. Absolutely amazing stuff. Imagine people ask good questions instead of spamming Chinesian mice. Yes, that would be like the John Lennon song, Imagine. Maybe a tree diagram for mice. Yeah, that's more up my alley. Are there any base or A tier XXL or XXL mouse pads? Really just, I know Lethal Gaming Gear has a few. X-Ray Pad does mouse pads in larger sizes, but most companies don't. Especially now that we have like high quality pour-on bases as the standard, as opposed to like just shitty rubber. I'm 3200 DPI, 540 hertz monitor, 16K when? I don't know. I imagine wired 16K within 2 years maybe. I remember I thought there was no way we'd have like 8K wireless this soon, so I'm just gonna guess early. What's the minimum system requirements for 4K polling? I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not a fucking minimum system requirement maker. Is the VXE R1 better than the GPX one? I would not say so. Wouldn't say it like just outclasses it. But it's a better buy, likely. Thinking of designing a resin printed Viper V2 Pro mod in a few months. Could I send you the copy? Yeah, if it's like innovative. I don't know what kind of mod it would be. And look at Poyo, very upset. Yeah, his face was blocked by my hand. What is your main mouse at the moment? I'm just testing too many to really have a main, but I just don't care about testing. Just grab a mouse. It's usually a Viper V3 Pro. Favorite textured pad that's not a Heian? It's a good question. It's probably still in the Artisan family, because nobody else is like willing to. It's not even that people aren't willing to take experiments. They just don't know how to make like a textured surface. I'm trying to think of a non-artisan hybrid pad that isn't a Heian clone that I like. The Baxi PC, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't consider it like the best mouse pad on the market. I watch more of your videos when you come live. I don't know what that comment means, but I appreciate it. We need an artisan mousepad that is made of THC herbs. Yeah, why don't we have a hemp mousepad? Aqua Control Pro is up there. No, it is. But it's just a Heian clone. Like, it's not an actually, like... If somebody's like, what's your favorite hard pad or hybrid pad besides the Heian? I'm like, oh, it's a Heian clone. I feel like that's kind of like a Mickey Mouse answer. Do you think there will be an artisan killer soon? No, because it just takes so much. That's what people don't realize. Like, even if, like, artisan has a crazy amount of surfaces in their lineup and multiple base hardnesses. Like, it's taken companies so long to even realize that base hardness matters. I just don't think any company's really ready. Like, matching them, maybe a company could get close, but like straight up making like better mouse pads, I don't see it. This year's April Fool's product sucked. Yeah, there's not a lot of creativity. But I also feel like social media and stuff, it's like kind of tired of like corny gimmicks, so maybe companies were like, hey, social media managers lay off. G-Wolves already announced their 18-gram mouse. Did they like actually announce a mouse, or did they just say something like ambiguous? Because I didn't like see the actual announcement, but I could be wrong. What's the best alternative for the ULX Cheetah? I mean, Arbiter, Kitsu, WMS, Beastex Mini. Those are really the only ones. I would just weigh whatever you want between those. Kitsu probably has a bit better like claw compatibility. Board has the V8 so far. It's really good. Weight-wise, really impressive. Like button feeling, it's good, except for just the main clicks are a bit too loose on my copy. But I don't think every copy's like this. If it was, they would need to address the clicks. Yeah, sensor feeling's good. It's just crazy. It's the fastest and second fastest artisan pad. I would say now that there's no Shininkais, it would be like the Raiden mid followed by the Heian. Razer Strider XXL. If you want something like aggressively textured, it makes a good like double XL pad, but mostly X-ray pad is what I'd recommend for larger pads. Now they just said sub 20-gram era has begun. Yeah, I don't know. G-Wolves, it generally takes them a long time to do things. Over under on FK Wireless by Black Friday? No chance. There's no way it'll release by then. I think that's a 2025 release. Are X-Ray Pad Obsidian skates faster or slower? The standard Obsidians are going to be slower, but if you get the purple ones, they'll be faster. Well, I don't know if they'd be slower, but they're slow, that's for sure. My Skyrox V8 feels front heavy, a little out of balance. Thoughts? I don't find mine front heavy at all, really. Yeah. And especially like when I apply pressure, I don't really notice it at all. Zowie ZA alternatives, really, like, if you just want the same, like, in-hand experience, there's nothing. I know people say the Lamzu Inca is kind of close, but that hasn't released yet, but It's just bizarre that we haven't seen a Zowie ZA clone in all these years. Damn, it's Malibu. Like, how are they struggling against fucking Australians? It makes no sense to me. Are Mustache and Malabuka cheaters? Does anybody even... I don't even think anybody's watching the Fortnite, but, you know, I'm watching it, so that helps. Which brand would you consider as the best build quality? Somebody asked this earlier. I said Endgame Gear has good build quality. Then again, like, Vaxi used to be known for their build quality, but their click grinding, which they apparently addressed, was a flaw. What changes would you make to the X2H so that it's a better shape in general? Funny enough, like, one of my complaints was that it was too, like, short and stubby, and the Skyrock V8 is actually a few millimeters longer, but I don't think this is really a bad shape if you want, like, a bulbous, like, hump in your palm. It's just not the type of, like, shape I want for claw. Wait, what the hell? How did Kanata and Cooper get here as well? I was like, I swear they were fighting Malabuka. And yeah, that happened. Think they're waiting for the real 3950s? Yeah, they're waiting for the official release or something. Will you make a mouse gear for Fortnite? What does that mean? Oh, like a video of the peripherals? Yeah, I will. Even though they're not showing them much, like, in the actual games, but I'll make a way. You should do a review of a replica glass pad, like of a clone? I don't fuck with the stuff that's just, like, straight up stealing, like, designs and branding, but a lot of people do. Like those $40 sky pads? Yeah, I just think that's, like, shitty, kind of. It would be like reviewing rep clothing, which I guess people do. What do you think the final Zero mouse is going to be like? I figured this would be the final version. I don't know. Hopefully he fucking makes the sides flat. That would be Zero mouse V boardsy. Talon skates rip off super glides but are better. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't tried those or like some of the AliExpress skates. Just to compare quality, I would imagine that the quality would just be lesser. Most of these, like, a lot of pads are just using, like, the SkyPad 3.0 original surface. Coming from a GameSense radar, curious about Artisan pads, what do you recommend? If you want the most control, go for a Type 99. But the Zero is just, like, it's the classic. It's essentially the GameSense radar of Artisan's lineup. Just pull up the pro setting site on them. I don't like to do that, and it's not necessarily accurate. I like to get the screenshots from the LAN. Like, I saw Peterbot was using yesterday just the official, like, the fucking Fortnite llama mouse pad that the LAN provides. Like, that's crazy to me. Peterbot's just the goat, and he doesn't care about mouse pads. Which really makes you think. What's your favorite Artisan? It's, like, really hard for me to choose between the Heonsoft and the Zero Soft. They're just, like, in the same tier for me. How good is the Skyrock G8 for Lex Claw 18.5x9? It'll probably be, like, just a perfect mouse for you, I'd imagine. It's like, that's the kind of hand size it's made for. But it is kind of like, I don't know, it's not necessarily like a relaxed claw kind of shape. Like, it will feel aggressive in your hand. Imagine how good he would be on an Artisan pad. Exactly. I mean, I know Poyo uses an Artisan pad, and he follows me, so I would assume he's watched my videos. So one half of that duo is mouse pad build, but I guess when you're Peterbot, you just don't need it. Are the Mets the best baseball team in Queens? You'd hope so. The Long Island Ducks might be better on any given day. Best team in New York? That's a tougher question. Which Artisan and texture do you recommend for high DPI 1600.56 Valorant? I don't know. It just really depends on what types of pads you're used to. Like, you could get a Heian and maybe lower your sense a little bit. It feels fast. Mouse pads don't matter. Peterbot after winning? Yeah, that would put me in shambles. He better not say that in, like, his victory interview. Maybe I could send him one. He doesn't like it, he doesn't use it. Simple as. What would be the key points to choose between MPO1S and a Viper V3 for fingertip? I don't think the MPO1S is a great... It's more of a claw shape, so... For fingertip, there are just, like, other options. I wouldn't omit, like, the rest of the mouse market. Want to give me a cupcake? Oh, cupcake. What a food, huh? I remember the last time I had a cupcake. The end of boards after Peterbot shuts him down. Well, at least he uses like a GPX and not like a G502. Like, could you imagine? That would just be bad for the agenda if Peterbot like was who he is on shitty peripherals. Oh shit! Click's gonna fight the Australians. Go Clicks. Go America. Boo Australia. Etc. Why don't you really use your Beast X? I do. Like, not all the time, of course, but when I'm streaming, it just sits pretty over there. I mean, it's like when I want to use like a magnesium lightweight mouse, I just want to use my ULX small for fingertip generally. But like I said in my original Beast X Max review, it's like if it had flatter sides and the Viper V3 Pro, like not flatter sides, but like not slits in the sides, and the Viper V3 Pro didn't exist, it would probably be my main mouse. If you're about using a Red Dragon keyboard and mouse combo, he is using the Apex Pro, which, I mean, if you played Fortnite back when the Apex Pro dropped, it was not controversial to be like it's the best keyboard, but I got so much shit for saying that. But Apex Pro, still incredible. Beast X durability. I mean, all of my copies have been durable. The battery life was an issue at the beginning, but yeah, I don't know. As long as you aren't like fucking insane. I totally dropped my ULX on the floor yesterday as well. It's still strong, so not bad. What's that yellow mouse? The Skyrox V8. I posted an initial impressions of it a few days ago, and I'll post a full review of it at some point. Should I buy the Mad R Major or wait for the Pulsar X2 V3? I mean, the X2 V3 is going to be more expensive. Presuming you don't care about budget, maybe the X2 V3? I don't know, though. I actually don't know like what they're changing with that entirely. Can you send me a mouse? My scroll wheel is broken. Unfortunately. Probably not. I don't know why I would just read that question and say no. It's fucked up. I should do a mouse giveaway, though. What mouse should I give away? I do have an extra Skyrox V8. I wouldn't say the V8 is better than the OP18K. I mean, shape-wise, you might prefer it, but I probably do prefer it just because it's like a wider shape. Oh no, is Click's gonna win? How long have I been streaming? An hour and 32 minutes. It's a good amount of time. Cupcake you give away. Right. Probably not going to happen. Rather you do a mousepad giveaway. Maybe I should do both, like a mouse and a mousepad. Which budget mousepad could you recommend below like 40 bucks? I mean, just if you're in America, go to Lethal Gaming Gear's website or like Addis Inc. I think they have a Labor Day sale. There's just cheap mousepads galore. Yeah, I don't know. $40, that gives you access to a lot of like the mousepad market. Just depends what kind of pad you want. How can I follow mouse releases if I don't have access to Twitter anymore? I got banned here in Brazil. I mean, I guess just like getting an early scoop will likely be harder, but I will keep you Brazilians updated with the latest and greatest in gaming. Don't you worry. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up that Twitter's banned. Surely they don't keep it like that forever. Like, rank peripherals from most to least important. Monitors, mice, keyboards. Okay, I'll do like monitor, mouse, headphones, keyboard, mousepad. And I would say mousepad's probably among the least important, followed by headphones, followed by keyboard, followed by monitor, and then followed by mouse, of course. Could you show OP1 and yellow mouse side by side? If I had my OP1 on my desk, I would. I just like, I don't know, I'd have to go into the box. That's the issue with putting things in boxes. But yeah, when I do my full review of the V8, I will show it next to the OP1. But I mean, it's just like, you can kind of get a gist. Like the OP1, it's not as high. It's like more of an even profile. Elo shapes would probably tell you. What game are you mainly playing? Mainly Fortnite. In the past week, I've probably played more 2K than anything. But yeah, it just is what it is. I will be back on the Fortnite grind. Maybe some other game. Probably not. The past 50 games that have released haven't taken me off Fortnite, so I don't know if anything will. Damn, is Peterbot really gonna die again? No way. Nah, he definitely won't. I don't know why I'd even question the GOAT. What's the best gaming mouse for 2K? That's a good question. It would be crazy if you could use a mouse on console games. Like, you can on some, but not others. Would you rather buy a Sora V2 or a Skyrock V8? Probably a V8, like, all things considered. But if you really want the Sora shape, and I guess that, not really any big difference with weight. What controller do you recommend? I'm not deep into the controller market. I don't even think there are that many that release. Like, nowhere near as many as mice. I used the DualSense, like, Edge whenever it released. Peterbot, eat the fucking... Wait, are they gonna die? Oh, wait. I'm a noob. I'm a noob. Not stratting. Best mouse switch. Omron opticals are kind of like the industry standard. But a good, like, well-implemented Huano blue shell pink dots aren't bad. No way he fucking closed Poyo outside. That's hilarious. Watching a streamer watching another streamer is so meta. True. And if I was, like, watching Aussie Antics viewing party, there would be, like, 3 levels of that. Good coating on a... What is the question? Like, coating or grips? If a mouse has a good coating, that's, like, perfect. But if a mouse has a bad coating, then I need to put on grips. The Peripheral is just so fast. Crazy. He's not winning. That's the unfortunate reality. The bitrate looks horrible. Yeah, I don't think I have this in the highest quality. No, I do. I don't know. I haven't dropped a single frame this stream, so it couldn't be me. He's just too fast. Oh no, 11 HP? No, man. How much does your Skyrocks weigh? Mine weighs 40 grams with these skates. No way, Peterbot's getting griefed. It's fucked up. When they're cranking, it drops significantly. Interesting. I'm watching you in 144p. That's pretty tough. Company with the best mouse coating? There's not really... Like, a lot of companies just use the exact same coating, so there's not much difference. But companies like Endgame Gear, Zowie, Vaxi, even Lamzu recently has some good coatings, Razer. It's just many. Subscribed. Much appreciated. If you're somehow watching the stream and aren't subscribed, you know, press that subscribe button. God bless. Do you think ATK F1 Ultimate is a good replacement for Viper Mini? It's not bad. I would say the Lamzu Maya might be a better replacement, but it's a bit more expensive. Damn, I can't believe Peterbot died. It's hard to fathom. Do you do fingertip and claw comfortably? I struggle with clawing as a fingertip gripper. It's just going to come down to your comfort. Like, I took... Like, at one point in Fortnite, I used to fingertip. Like, kind of a relaxed Rocket Jump Ninja fingertip in Fortnite. And then one day I just switched to claw. And then I just stuck with it. So it's just a matter of, like, time and comfort. But there's no... Like, if you're aiming well with fingertip and it doesn't cause you issues, I won't really switch. There's my R. My Mad R. It's blinking red, about to die. Skyrocks for fingertip? It's not really, like, what I would recommend with the curve at the side and just, like, such an aggressive back hump that's, like, could potentially make some contact with your palm, but, I mean, it works for fingertip, totally. I was subscribed on my other account. Appreciate that. Back to back. 2 accounts. Skyrocks comfortable for your hand size? Yeah, it really is. Like, it's definitely not... It's just not my favorite shape, not my preference for, like, style of shape, but it fits in my hand well. It's not, like, too small. After 1 year and 4 months, my XM2W Endgame Gear said no support in my country. Philippines? That's fucked up. Rip to my XM2 Yeah, rip. That's crazy. You bought it from, like, them directly, and they just said we're not gonna fuck with the Philippines? Any mouse similar to Razer Viper Mini? Not like a direct, like, modern clone. There's, of course, the Cobra. What's the worst shape you've ever used? It's a tough question. Oh, probably the Ninjutsu Katana. It's, like, among the worst. It's just, like, a shape that, like, forces your hand to, like, leave it. Doesn't make sense. How much time should I expect for a Saturn Pro / Type 99 to last? A good amount of time. Like many months. At least a year of, like, very consistent performance. That might, like, just slow down a little bit. But it's, like, very gradual. It's not like one day you're going to wake up and it's just not going to, like, perform. How many years do you see yourself doing content? It really depends on the scene. I mean, I guess just like gradual changes in general. Maybe I'll be making a different style of content. Probably not. But yeah, I enjoy revealing. You know, keep it up as long as the scene needs me. With fingertip, are you supposed to pull the mice back with your fingers towards your palm? Yeah, that's an idea. Like, that's ideal for like vertical adjustments. But it's like, you don't only need to move the mouse with your fingertips. Like, that's something that a lot of people don't understand. What do you major in? I'm done with school. Have you ever done the Voltaic benchmarks? Not like I've obviously played some benchmark scenarios, but never in the entirety. But I do have, like in target switching and static, I'm like Nova. Probably more like GM and tracking, which is pretty bad, but I don't know. What's your plan B if the reviewing scene dies? That's a good question. Probably high-end, like, antiques. I have an in to the auction scene. That's all I can say. When I first tried fingertip, I used it for all of the movement and got my fingers hurt in 15 minutes. I mean, a lot of people, like, experience, like, hand pain when they touch mice. Especially, like, if the mouse is too narrow or something. What music have you been listening to lately? I don't know, just all sorts of, like, just random music. I've been, like, radio pilled. Like, I haven't been listening to playlists or, like, the same song over and over. I've just been, like, playing random songs. You should be the auction announcer guy? Yeah, auctioneering isn't... It's not really that... It's not hard. I could go to auction school. That would be pretty fun. Then I'd be able to run my own auction house. Do you still like Blade? Are you still drinking? Getting a lot of questions. Yeah, I like frequently listen to Blade, but I'm not like not listening exclusively like I once did. Like the last, like Cold Visions, like there are a few good songs on it, but there are also a lot of like non-good songs. You look like a Kamala voter. I mean, I will say, Trump's policy on Chinese imports, that is one of the few policies in my life that I've looked at and been like, wow, this will really affect my livelihood. So, there is that. Kanye for president. Yeah, why didn't he run? Why didn't Kanye run? He kind of gave up. He's just on to nitrous. Nitrous for all. DOA kills the vibe. Some of the features are balls on Cold Vision. At first I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just see these acronyms, but I pieced that together. Yeah, I mean, it's like, the intro's good. Fuck, there's one song I really like, but I forget it. It's like not even a popular song. I love Lucky Luke. Yeah, Lucky Luke's a good song. Of course, my late dog, Luke. Pretty legendary. Speaking of dog, Rex just came here. Could bring him up on the desk, but you might not want to. Nick Fuentes, Kanye Camp broke up. Oh, was that really, like, him and Milo Yiannopoulos were, like, the ones trying to get him to be president? That makes sense. You think wired mice are dead? Not necessarily. I think people have obviously shown with the OP18K that they will buy a truly high-quality wired mouse at the right price. But, like, what Pulsar did, I don't think that is the right direction. Like, a $50 1K polling wired mouse, I don't think people really care that much, especially with, like, the price Chinese mice tend to be at. Do you think about getting a neutral vision about a product when you're reviewing, or do you just give your honest opinion without much concern? What's the question? Are you saying, like, do I actively, like, while reviewing, try to remove biases? Are you bald as fuck? No, I'm not bald as fuck. Not even bald. Which VXE R1 is the best version? The Pro. Will I be bald in the next 5 years? There's a betting market on that. I'll say that much. Please recommend me a $60 mouse for FPS games. I mean, R1 Pro, VXE Mad R. Yeah, do you try actively to avoid biases? Yes, but, like, against certain companies, like, if, let's say a company has just never impressed me with a product, I'm not gonna go into that expecting it to, like, fucking perform like a Viper V3 Pro. Like, I'm realistic about my expectations. But yeah, I don't try to be like pro or anti a company like while I'm reviewing a mouse. Minoxidil exists? Yeah, so does finasteride, but so does baldness. Baldness also exists. What do you think about the Dragonfly F1 MOBA? It's not outdated. Like, that's kind of how crazy the mouse scene is, but it's a lot worse than like the caliber of mouse that China's putting out at the current moment. Why do you think Corsair can't make a decent gaming mouse? They just don't. They don't have people at the company who care about the like current mouse market or like just making a innovative product. They just want to make something that makes money. Damn, Peterbot's actually gonna like fall behind. This is terrible. I think after this game ends, I will probably end stream. Been live for a good amount of time. Damn, do you guys hear my dog sneezing? Wants me to pet him, but it's like on the ground, very far. You got Asus Heart Mini? No, I don't have any of the new Asus mice, but I should soon. Why'd you stop streaming on Twitch? Just because my entire my viewer base is on YouTube, so it doesn't, like, Twitch isn't really that much better of a platform, in my opinion. Like, subscriptions are better. Like, monetization probably is better on Twitch, but just the idea of, like, having a YouTube viewer go to Twitch. I don't know. Quite the sneezy dog? Yeah. Skipper keys have always, in my experience, like, they just sneeze for attention. I guess many dogs do, but them especially. They, like, have something in their blood. Lethal sales are crazy. $10 for a Saturn board G is indeed a bargain. I might make a video on that, because people always ask me, like, what's the best budget pad? And there's really nothing else. Borzy, what are you gonna do today? Probably, like, I'd go outside to, like, after I stream, like, get a coffee, something to eat, maybe, and then watch Fortnite and NFL football. And then from there, God knows. Not too much, though, probably. What mouse do you recommend for someone who loved the shape of the OG HDS but hated the cable and QC? There's not. I mean, there's not really a direct HDS standard like clone, but the HDS 2 from G-Wolves, this new version, it's smaller, and the HDS Plus 8K, it's just a little bit larger. So I'd recommend like staying in the same family, but neither of them will be direct clones. And like from other companies, nobody's really made a HDS. Finally got here. Now every other pad just doesn't feel as good. Do I sell all my other pads? I mean, like, if you have, like, secondary mousepad market isn't huge, but I don't think that's a bad idea. If you really, like, just found your endgame. But I'd say, like, keep one or two extras. Seti and Cammy are in height. Okay, they finally are having a decent game, it seems. Wish Eclipse is still alive. Let's see, who we have winning. That's what it's all about. How people watch Fortnite with construction in 2024? What do you mean? Like, how do you keep up? Or like... Some small breeds have trouble breathing. Could be because of that. No, not at all. Like, they don't have a type of, like, muff nose. It's literally just, like, for attention. Like, they're just assholes. Like, they can be. They're great, incredible dogs, but they are, somewhat cat-like. No way Seti and Cammy lose this, right, with height? Oh, yeah, probably not. Do you think it would be more fun to review mice you know are going to be bad, like Alienware mice? There was a point in my mouse reviewing career where I did enjoy, like, just testing bad shit, but then I, like, kind of just got, like, there's just so much of it that it just gets kind of boring. What a win. Seti and Cammy. Absolutely no emotion. They're not happy with their tournament. But they keep winning. Yeah, just gotta keep winning. Did you get to test the Pulsar X3? Not yet. Not yet, sadly. Whenever it's ready, I do believe I'll get it. Yeah, this interview, they're probably not going to be the best vibes. Is that the new G-Wolves mouse in red? It is indeed. Also, I'm so surprised that my camera didn't turn, like, it didn't turn off once this stream. That's absolutely fucking shocking. What's the best replacement for Viper Mini 80 USD or under? I don't know. That's a good question. If you want, like, wireless, like, the OP1 8K is a decent buy if you're fine with wired. But wireless, I don't think there's any, like, direct clones, but there's plenty, like, from Skyrock's BXE ATK that will all, like, kind of get the job done. Why is Arjan annoyed by you? I don't know what Arjan thinks of me nowadays. Should get on the podcast, though. I answered the Hottie S question, Chris R. I said, probably the Hottie S2 from G-Wolves or the Hottie S Plus. Just either get a smaller or a larger version of the shape. Because there's not really other shapes on the market that are the same. At least I don't think so. Like an X2H Mini Skyrock V8, like, it won't be terrible. Have you tried the Zero Mouse? No, I haven't, Ramano. Also, how's it going? Viper Mini is still in its own category. It's a shame that they stopped producing it. Ordered the Mad R Major for 50, but it's taking forever. Yeah, that's the situation I was in. But imagine being in that situation and then having, like, hundreds of people ask you a week, like, where your unit's at. I'm just like, I don't fucking know. It's on its way, I think. Describe your theoretical dream mouse? I don't know. I really, like, when I'm asked that, I just, like, react to what the market puts out. Like, I don't know what would actually be perfect. Probably something close to just the final mouse shape. And, like, even lighter? I don't even know if that's what I want. Should I get a ULX or a Viper V3 Pro? It depends how much you care about, like, weight and just want, like, a flatter, like, profile shape. Different material. Viper V3 Pro, it's just a safer, like, recommendation that you can just buy, like, right now. Mice recommendations, 17.8, 10.6. Interesting. It's like a really short hand, but like a wide hand. There's a lot of like stubby kind of mice. Maybe Skyrox V8, honestly. Good work. Should I get Skyrox V8 or Sora V2? I think Skyrox is easier to recommend, but I don't know about quality. Chris R, I've answered your question like 3 times. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just not going to answer it. So, just can't answer it more times. Can't repeat the same thing. Would you concede that Akitsu has better build quality than UX? Only with like the actual like shell like sidewall strength. Like the clicks, I would not say they're better quality. But yeah, like sidewalls definitely. But it's also like it launches a year after. It's a little bit heavier. It's not like the most mind-boggling mouse. He asked it again. I'm convinced he's on like a 30-minute delay or something. I don't know what he expects. And I'm not going to time him out because I remember he commented on my channel like 4 years ago. Okay. This guy is maybe trolling at this point. Do you know any good Minecraft mice? No. He's not stopping, indeed. Okay. How's the battery life on Skyrox? It's, that's like definitely like one of the lower points. It seems like it just doesn't go into a sleep mode for me. And like whenever, like all 3 days I've used this mouse, I've like woken up and it's just dead. But yeah, that's probably going to be all for this stream. It was a fantastic stream with a little bit of a Fortnite viewing party mixed in. Everybody who stopped by, I appreciate it. This was a classic stream. Everybody respect your elders. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say.